Hey everybody, this is Grace. Pardon my mess, it's a work in progress. I just went outside. I was gonna, I like to go just outside every day and at least sit in my SUV and make a video. And I did that, and then while I was there, I thought I should just back my SUV up and go get my mail. I didn't want to run across any of my neighbors, and yeah, we're doing the I'm doing the social distancing thing at least. So I did that, but when I first went out, I heard some noise, and I thought it was somebody was having their lawn service out, But no, it was one of my neighbors, the one who is the freaky one I've mentioned before, that what is it called? Neighborhood watch one, and why he winds up in places way out whenever I would go. Yeah, that one. Kind of creepy. And his next door neighbor. Okay, so I thought, no, I didn't, my brakes seemed a little wet on my SUV, so I just kind of pumped them and then drove back and parked and come inside. No, I don't want to run across them, no. And knowing the people on the other side, they were probably outside too. And now with all the closings, I don't know if they've closed things right here. Now this is a suburb of Dallas. I know that they've closed some in Dallas. I really don't know what all they closed. Maybe restaurants and bars. Maybe. Yeah. I think last night at midnight. So that's Dallas. This is a suburb. I don't know if it's the same, if they're doing the same. Okay. I had to delete a clip because I wasn't making much sense. But anyway, yesterday I was thinking, that they have all these elders that are, being, staying home because of the coronavirus pandemic, and I was wondering, if there was some kind of a service that they have that, volunteers could phone them, okay, and talk to them, check up on them once every day or something, and these people were thoroughly vetted, and I was thinking about that yesterday, and then that's one thing that came to my mind is, can you imagine we can imagine if you're on YouTube, or if you're on to YouTube and you watch it, about trolls, and it went down that line, that's not something they would need at this time. Never in any time would they need that. People just calling just to be, whatever, filled with hate, and or trying to, get money out of them, something like that, and we can imagine something like that might happen. But anyway, then I heard that Dr. John Campbell, I really like him. His YouTube channel, the way I had video, I mentioned that I like the way he presents it, and he's becoming extremely popular, and because he is, I think they're calling him the voice of reason or something like that during this coronavirus and pandemic, and he's mentioned basically something like that. There's a video you can watch. I think it's I don't know what the title was, but yeah, he set out some good thoughts on that in my view. But I can see, I would volunteer to do that, to call, just to check up to see. I've worked with elders before, elderly people, so I would volunteer for that. I do think so. Okay, and it would be, of course, more than just calling to see if they're okay, but also, to give them some social connection, connection with somebody, knowing that somebody's going to call them and check up on them, and along that line, they have some communication with somebody outside of their home, if and they just register for it and go from there. I think that would be great. I don't know if there is something like that. Maybe there is. I just don't know. But that the whole thought of people taking advantage of this situation is also an issue that I'm noticing. And besides, I've mentioned in one video about the misinformation, disinformation people putting out these conspiracies, thoughts on different kinds of conspiracies. I don't like to call them theories, but yeah. And what was their purpose? And I've seen it, and wow, just people who will just take advantage of something like this. It's sickening. It's disgusting. To me, they're They're just the low life form, scum. Yeah, I'm being nice. Yeah. Okay, to go back to this, I do think that would be something great to, somebody who can do, work out how to do that too. So people will be checking up on these on the phone, having conversations with them, that kind of thing. Now, see, I used to be, for a short while, I tried it out. I did volunteer work in, senior living communities, and I worked as a life enrichment director, certified, in, national and state. Now it's state. I stopped doing it. It wasn't my kind of thing. In a way it was, in a way it wasn't. It was just too much to see. Yeah, that wasn't good. And you have to report it. Yeah. But I would do that. I think people like me, that would be great. Especially people who are licensed, or not licensed, but certified as activity directors, life enrichment directors. I think that would be great. I just don't know if there is such a thing. But especially those of us who are older, who are socially isolating ourselves too, doing the social distancing or whatever, or not working. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Okay. Now, of course, you could still have people who are trying to take advantage of the situation, but people who are, certified, or I don't know what other states, this is Texas, I don't know what other states do, if it's licensed or whatever. But I think that, in a way, they have gone through something. So that, you see what I'm saying. But I think this is a time for that kind of thing, for that kind of, people helping one another. I mean, I'm not the only person. I know that I'm not the only person who thinks that way. And, but it's like this balance, you see good, but then you see this pure evil. People who are taking advantage of people, they're trying to get sheeple. Yeah. They lure them in so they can sell them something besides their BS. And they do, and they make money. They make money off of it. And usually that's what I see, money. But I hope that, my hope is, of course, that the good we pull together, we go through this, as a worldwide thing, and more good survives, more good is built upon it. And we can get rid of these, these evil people just I'm not doing my words right here, but you see where my brain is going. That they get somehow outed for it, and legally, whatever that can be done legally. I mean, I'm not saying anything illegal. No, nothing illegal. But for there to become this change, seriously. Okay, where was I? But yeah, of course, this would be something that's free, to both. It's volunteers doing it, and it's free to the elderly to have, somebody do this, and there's no fee. But I don't know if there is anything like that. And of course, it doesn't have to be just elderly, people who are otherwise shut in. And, shut-ins, I think is the term. Things change. Might not be anymore. But, yeah, so people can have somebody they can depend on, during this kind of crisis. And, it doesn't have to be somebody who's some kind of healthcare professional. It's just somebody to listen, and them not to act as though they are, mental or physical, but just to have, somebody to talk to. And that would be made clear from the start. These are not people that are going to help you. You see what I'm saying? Some agency or whatever to work that out, and for that to be it.